Hi, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com, and today I'm going to tell you how to save money when buying cameras and photo gear and general accessories. Let's start. So first of all, as it is the first video for this year 2021, Happy New Year. So now let's carry on, okay? So first thing people think when we speak about saving money is buying secondhand, but this video is not about this. I'll leave you a link to a video I made about buying secondhand. I'm going to speak about buying new gear, not secondhand, okay? So the big mistake we make very often is we want the latest camera, the latest gear, the latest lens, whatever. And we forget that very often the difference in quality or in features is less, a lot less, between the new camera compared to the last one, is a lot less than the price difference. So very often we would save a lot of money not buying the latest model, but buying the one just before. For example, when Fujifilm issued the X-T4, the X-T3 had a really massive price drop, and if you don't need stabilization, if you don't need several things, you may think, oh, it's okay, the X-T3 is fine for me, and you save a lot of money. Same thing with the R6 and R5 coming out. The Canon R had a massive price drop. Now it's about 1,000 euros less than a year ago, and if that camera maybe was not perfect for the price it had, now for 1,000 euros less, it's a great camera. So this is something you should consider, that buying the last one is not always the best thing to do money-wise, especially because you realize that the image quality difference is inexistent most of the time, sometimes in high ISO, but normally there's no difference. So the difference will be a faster autofocus, maybe on IBIS, maybe a different screen, maybe a GPS, maybe Wi-Fi, whatever. But will this better your pictures? If you feel this extra will not better your picture, don't buy the latest gear, buy the one just before, and you save a lot of money, okay? Also, I see many people that contact me for doing animal photography, fauna, and they're desperate when they see the prices. They say, yeah, but a lens for my reflex camera is about, a good one is from 3,000 euros, very often 10,000, 12,000 if you look at an Nikon 600mm, and I cannot afford that. So is the basic reflex lens okay for me? Like there are 75-300 or things like this. Is it good? Well, these lenses are not especially good, so you're going to sacrifice a lot of optical quality and not get that big range you wanted, like a 600mm. So maybe you should look at alternative, like a bridge camera, an FZ300 by Lumix, or a Nikon P1000, and you save a lot of money. You don't get the top image quality, you don't get the top optical quality, but you get something similar to what you would get with a reflex with a bad lens, and also you will get a longer range zoom. So I think this is a good thing to look at, a bridge camera as an alternative for animal photography, and you save a lot of money. Many people nowadays, they want to buy a mirrorless camera, but do they actually need a mirrorless camera? Do they actually have feature that these people really need in these cameras? Maybe not. So sometimes it would be wiser to keep using a reflex camera, buying a reflex camera, because if you compare bodies, maybe price is a bit higher or a bit lower or similar, but don't forget about the lenses. You have a huge amount of lenses that you can buy for your reflex camera, and the price is a lot cheaper very often than what you would pay for a mirrorless lens. I know you can use a reflex lens with an adapter on some mirrorless, not always, it doesn't always work perfect. So I think something you should consider. Maybe you don't need to go mirrorless, you should keep using reflex and save a lot of money. And there are many reflex cameras that are really brilliant and the price is really good. So the Canon 90D, for example, is great, but it's quite a bit of money. But the 80D is still for sale and the price is really good. So for example, you think, oh yeah, I would maybe get for that budget. What I would get in a mirrorless would not be maybe that great, and I would not have the money for the lenses anyway. So think about that. Another thing where you can save money is buying alternative brand lenses. I made a video about that here, but I'm going to remind a bit. I know that most people know about Sigma and Tamron as alternative lens brands, but there are more than this. You have Samyang, Tokina, many. I speak about the autofocus one, for example. Samyang now does autofocus also, okay? But then you have fixed manual or prime lenses, manual prime lenses, like Laowa, 7 Artisans, which is great. Viltrox, TT Artisan, I checked my list, Maker. So these are cheap lenses. I've got a 7 Artisans for Leica. I made a review one day, and the quality is really good. So the build quality, the optical quality, obviously is not the same as the Leica one. Leica one costs 3,000 euros, and that one cost me 250 euros. So obviously I cannot ask for the 3,000. But very often people look for lens with some character, some specific things, a different way of thinking, more an old-fashioned way of thinking. And when you look at the result, you feel, oh, that's great. And when you look at your wallet, you think it's brilliant. Okay, so I think this is something you should look at. And also, if you want a basic, typical 50 millimeter, 1.8 or 35 millimeter or 85 millimeters with autofocus, Yongnuo has some lenses. These are not the best lenses. No, they are not. But for that price, there's nothing better. Okay, so this is something you should also consider. And at a late date, if you think you really want to use this focal length and you now have the money for that lens, yeah, buy the better one. But you can start with that. That's fine. Okay, that's no problem. You save some money. Obviously, if you have all the money you want in the world and you want to spend it, don't even watch a video. You can carry on and spend your money. But I think if you watch this video, it's because or you're on a budget, because you have a money limit for that, or because you just don't like to throw your money in the bin and you want to value what alternative there are, okay, and you want to save money and to spend it on something else or whatever, okay. So buying alternative lenses may save you a lot of money also. Now if we speak about lighting gear, if we look at the Cobra flashes, the Cobra with the Cobra head, this is why I call it Cobra. And first, do not buy your camera brands. That's it. Don't buy an Icon flash, an Olympus flash, a Canon flash. You spend a lot of money and you will get the same result with alternative brands. Honestly, I had a Canon 580 and when I went to Yongnuo, I had the same results. So I think it's not worth spending so much money. It's true that the Yongnuo I had first were not TTL, but I didn't use TTL anyway. But there is the possibility to have TTL flashes in Yongnuo or Godox. I prefer Godox because the ecosystem is they have more options, more type of flashes, and also the trigger works with everything. This is not the case of Yongnuo that doesn't have all the kind of flashes you can imagine. Okay, so but still, Yongnuo is really good brand. So Yongnuo, Godox for me are great. Some other brand exist, obviously, many other brands, but I prefer to stick to these two because sometimes you cannot find the trigger you want for the other brand, or they're not compatible, and it's a mess. Okay. Also, some brand like Godox is sometimes rebranded with other name in your country, so check there how it's called there. Okay, but I think these are two great options. And if you look at flashes with battery like AD200 or AD600, all this is Godox, they're great flashes. So I see very often people thinking that if you don't have a Pro Photo, you cannot light. You need a Pro Photo flash. And that's not true. That's not true. Pro Photo were among the best flashes with brown color many years ago when you needed really precise lighting, precise color. In analog photography, it was really important. And then in the digital world, this is not as important because you can rectify in post-production. But also because brands like Godox have bettered a lot, and now we see that the results you get with the Godox are really similar or better than a Profoto, and the price is about a quarter of a Profoto one, sometimes 10%, depends on what flash we speak, but you save a lot of money. So honestly, I don't understand that someone spends money on a Profoto flash. Honestly, some come with some explanation. That's okay 5 years ago, but not nowadays. And there are several reviews, compare reviews in YouTube, you can check, and very often the Godox wins. So that's it. And also you must see the price difference. Will I see this price difference in my pictures? Yes, okay, spend the money if you need it. But if you don't see the price difference in your picture, why do you spend so much money just to say you have Profoto? So honestly, stay clear of Profoto. They will kill me if they hear that. But honestly, I don't like Profoto. I've used them. That are magnificent, really beautiful gear, really nice build, all this. But the price doesn't. You don't see the price in the results. Honestly, battery. Very often we think about clone batteries to save money. But there are many bad clones that may create problem with your camera, and if the maker of your camera can check or see that you had a clone battery, you waive your guarantee, so that may be a problem. But there's some brand that's still okay, so check what you can find. I found the Pattern brand, which is good. They work properly, so I think it's a good brand. And but check, because you can save money also on batteries. Sometimes buying cheap may be really expensive, so there are some gear where you cannot try to save money because that may give you a problem, like tripods. If you buy a bad tripod, it can go flat, your camera can fall flat on the floor, so that's a problem. I bought several cheap tripods many years ago, and after 3 months the leg was falling itself apart. Okay, that's a problem. So I ended up spending money on a good tripod, and this is the best thing I did. So honestly, on tripod, don't try to go for the cheap one, because at the end you're throwing your money in the bin. Same thing with filters. If you have a really good lens, don't buy a cheap filter, because what you gain with your good lens, you lose it with a bad filter. If you have a cheap lens, well, put a cheap filter. You're not going to have a filter that is more expensive than the lens, obviously. But on filters, try to avoid the really cheapest one, because it will affect the quality of your picture. So there you cannot save that much on that. You can also save money buying when there are some offers with cashback. Sony does it, Olympus sometimes, Fujifilm. When you buy, you get a voucher, and when you send the voucher to the maker, they send you some money back, or check, or gyro, or bank transfer, or whatever. But make sure the place where you buy, whether it is online or physical place, that this place is affiliated with the offer. Because sometimes you send a cashback voucher to the brand, and they tell you, why did you have to fill some information? So yeah, but this shop is not affiliated to the offer, so you don't get your money back. So make sure, if you have a cashback offer, make sure it is affiliated, the shop is affiliated with the offer, otherwise you will not get your money back. Okay. You can also save money with custom taxes. I'm not speaking about not paying taxes. I'm speaking that when they send you your gear from abroad, out of your country, it goes through custom, and then you have to pay taxes. So we'll all have to pay taxes. But the person that prepares the papers to present it to custom, has to stamp it, all this, they charge you different. So this is why I stay clear of DHL, UPS, all these. I don't want to use them, because they have their own person that does the paperwork and taxes and stamps, all this, and they charge a lot. So for example, I remember buying a gear, and it was like $100, and I had like 100 euros. I had like 30 euros in paperwork plus tax. It was 20% tax. So altogether I had like 50%. It was crazy. So I prefer to work with normal mail, standard mail, and it goes through tax also, but the paperwork is a lot cheaper. So you save a lot of money. So it's not the same thing to buy a tripod that costs 100 euros and pay 20% VAT plus 5 euros paperwork than pay 30 euros paperwork. So otherwise it's like 60% of the price you bought, you know, so that's crazy. So make sure, try to avoid this courier. Very often you think it will be faster, but sometimes they also get stuck in customs, so it may be like 2 weeks to clear taxes anyway, so it's the same thing. So honestly, it depends on the country where you are. If you are in a country where mail is not reliable and they may steal your gear, then use a courier, but otherwise I prefer to use a standard mail. Okay. Also, to save money, it's very important to see when you buy. The price yesterday is not the price of today, nor the price of tomorrow. So there are some dates where it's cheaper. There are offers. So there are some typical period like before summer, before winter. Depends on which hemisphere you are. Winter maybe before Christmas or before July. Depends where you are. But these two periods, whether you're in the north or south hemisphere, there are special offers because they want people to buy for Christmas or to buy for summer, okay, or for summer or for winter or whatever, okay. So there are good offers. Also, Black Friday. Black Friday sometimes has really great offers, but you must check before, because very often they put the price up and just before Black Friday they drop it, and actually it's the same price than 2 months ago. So follow the product, follow the prices, and then you see if on Black Friday it's really a good offer, and then you get it or not. And also you have bargain when after summer, or at the beginning of summer, or just after Christmas, they make special sales, and summer sale or winter sales, and very often you have some good offers. And also you can save a lot of money with kits. There are typical lens kits that are not too good, but sometimes there are great offers. Like Olympus made a great offer. You had the OMD 5 Mark II with a 14 to 150 millimeter, which is a okay lens. It's not bad lens. It's really a whole situation lens. But the price was the price of the lens itself. It's like getting the camera for free. So sometimes you have offers like this. So you feel like, yeah, but I don't like that lens. Yeah, but buy it anyway and sell the lens, because then it's like you get the camera for free. So when you sell the lens, even if you don't sell it as much as it's worth, you still save a lot of money on what you've bought, and you can buy something else, another lens with that money. Okay, so check these special offers, because this pack they make very often, not always, but very often you can sell part of the kit and you get your money back, and it's still a lot cheaper than buying things separately. So these are several options to save money. There are probably many other solutions. I didn't speak about software for your computer or this. Maybe we'll do a separate video for that. But if you think about what I've said here, you can see there are many options to save money when buying gear. So thank you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a small button down here and a small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any question, you can leave a comment below. And below also leave some links to my gear on Amazon, also links to other part of my YouTube channel. I also put a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to do a donation. I always thank you for that. That helps. And that's it. So thank you very much, and take care of yourself, and see you soon. Bye.